everybody, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you guys can tell from the title, I am bringing a video, a part 2 of a video that I first did 2 years ago, almost 3 really, like 2.5 years ago on this channel back in 2020 during really like the height of quarantine when I was back home in New York and I was trying to think of like new fun video ideas. Some of you may remember that I did a video called like shuffling my entire music library. Obviously I didn't shuffle the entire thing, hence the part 2. But in that video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it right here, you should check it out. Basically what I did is I just shuffled my entire music library on Spotify, which I don't know how many songs were on it then, but now I think we're up to like 6,500 songs. And I shuffled, I think maybe between like, 10 to 15 songs, and I reacted to them. And it was actually really fun. I didn't know how it was gonna go, but you guys seemed to really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I kind of rediscovered a bunch of old songs, and it was fun to kind of explain, why those songs were on there. It's gotten to the point where with that specific playlist, it's a 10 years in the making playlist. I've had it since 2013, so we're coming up upon 10 years of my music taste and how it's evolved, and I don't really ever shuffle that playlist anymore, so it's special that I'm doing it for this video. And I don't know why it's taken me 2.5 years to make a part 2, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. So if that sounds like fun, you guys should just keep on watching and let's get into it. Now this playlist is on Spotify, and if you guys do want to look through it, my Spotify is just either @GwenGoose or my name. It's also always linked down below, and the playlist is just called Gwen Songs. It was the first playlist I ever made in Spotify where I just put all of my songs in there, and it's kind of just like a chronological order of me getting into different music, which I think it's really cool to look back on. So yeah, let's just get right into shuffling it. I've been kind of in a music rut lately, honestly, with the new year, and I'm thinking like maybe this is a good time to also make this video because maybe it will like help me rediscover some old artists, and I don't know, I think that could be good for me right now. What a one to start off with, wow. This is Heartbeat by the Psychedelic Furs. This is from their album Mirror Moves, which is my favorite album by them. Some of you guys might remember I went and saw them with my dad back in 2018 in Albany. He got me into them. They're like kind of one of the few, I feel like, older bands. They're from the 80s that I really like, and they're like this synth new wave band. You probably all know a few songs by them. I think like one of their biggest songs was recently in like a movie or something. Their biggest song, Love My Way. You probably know that one. You probably also know maybe Pretty in Pink or The Ghost in You. But yeah, this album is great. So I actually have this entire album on my music library. If you like 80s, really like synth, I would say, like synth psychedelic music, check out the Psych Furs, check out this album. Ooh, okay. Wow. See, I forget about Bearings, but I don't know, I don't listen to them right now. All the pain and all the hurt. This is Stuck in a Door Frame by Bearings. Yeah, I haven't listened to this one in a little bit. I saw Bearings, I think, like at least twice last year. So, I was definitely listening to them a lot. I don't know if they still play this, but this is definitely from their older album. I think this was their first maybe full-length album. And it's a classic for Bearings. I love it. I haven't been listening to them lately, but I saw them a lot last year, so I was listening to them a lot last year. I feel like I've recently gotten a lot of friends into them the last year and a half, and they're great. You guys probably listen to Bearings. Oh God, we got our first embarrassment. Why is this on here? Okay, this is the Universal Fanfare from Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect 2, by the way, just to clarify that. And it's like the opening thing. I think I just probably put the entire soundtrack to this on here. But like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. So this one's a little bit cringe. I loved Pitch Perfect. The first one was like my favorite movie for a long time. Like I told people it was my favorite movie. It definitely isn't my favorite movie. Maybe it's up there, maybe like top 10 or 20 or something. I don't know. I really liked the first one, but this is from the second one, and this is just them singing a cappella, the like universal dun 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 dun, but it was them singing it. And I guess I have the whole soundtrack on here, so that's fun. Definitely don't listen to that anymore, really. Okay, a little pop bop. I don't even know the words.
Doesn't fix me, but it kinda helps. Oh, I just wish we could go back to where we started, where you left your t-shirt in my old apartment.
This is a good one. This is No Close by NOTD, featuring a bunch of people. I found this through work when I used to work at Journeys. You guys know I found a lot of songs from them. I could probably do like a part 2 of the songs I found from work, because I think I did that a few years ago too. And I used to have a whole playlist. I still have it, called Work, W-E-R-K. And it's just all the great songs I found from working at Journeys, from, you know, the stuff that we would have on the TV. And this is one of them. And it's a bop. It's in my summer vibes playlist. It's very just like party and like summery and happy. So yeah, I'd encourage you guys to check it out if you like stuff like that.
Well, you see,
Oh my God.
I think it's a sort of musical tragedy inspired by a buddy.
You guys are not gonna know what this is.
It all takes place in the squalid naked quarter of downtown Singapore.
I can't even. So this is back in the music theater days, because you know I was a theater kid. This is Dames at Sea, which is a show that I was in, and it's the song Singapore Sue. And it's actually pretty perfect that of all the songs I have on here from this show, it's this one, because guess who played Miss Singapore Sue? Me. There's old photos. If I can find one from Facebook, maybe I'll insert it here. I had to play Singapore Sue. Honestly, a very racist like depiction, very like a kind of low-key a racist show. Like, I mean, there were certain parts of it that I think were just like a little bit weird, and like we were young kids. I don't know what really happened with Dames at Sea. I don't know if like that show is like still around, but I was probably 13 or 12 when I was in this. And yeah, I played Singapore Sue, and this song's about her, so it's more about her life basically from the show, and I had to kind of act it out as they were singing. I think I have like maybe like 3 or 4 lines from this song that I actually had to sing, but yeah, there's an old photo of me with like a fan. So if I can find that, I'll insert it. But God, I forgot, there's a lot of show tunes on here, honestly. I mean, probably in the grand scheme of the whole playlist, it's not a lot, but there's quite a few shows that I've been in that are probably on here. And like, yeah, would never listen to this all the way through anymore, probably. Like, probably an instant skip. But like, I don't want to remove it because I feel like it shows a progression in my music taste, you know, and like, just, you know, it's a good memory, I guess. So yeah, that's that. Oh my God.
Summer after high school when we first met, make out in your Mustang to Radiohead.
Honestly, this song is sort of ruined for me because we have a very annoying neighbor. Shout out to you. And she plays this song a lot. And so it sort of ruined it for me, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't really listen to this much anymore. This is The One That Got Away by Katy Perry from her Teenage Dream album. I don't think that she originally wrote this song. I think this is a cover, right? Like, isn't this song from like the 80s, or am I confusing it with something else? I feel like this isn't her song. I feel like somebody else wrote it. But yeah, I mean, this is sort of from the pop phase. I wish this told me exactly when I added it. I mean, it did if I would go through the entire playlist and look, but because I probably added this back in like 2013, 2014 or something. But yeah, it's a good song. It's a good old pop bop. So it's just sad, I guess, but it's cute. Oh my God, yes. It's the right season for this album. I should be listening to this.
Yesterday alone, I laid everything out on the carpet.
Books, kitchen things.
Objects with a specific purpose.
If you don't know what this beautiful spoken word is, this is Objects in Space by La Dispute, beautiful emo kings. And actually, when I was back home, Vama and I were talking about this album and how we used to drive through New York in the winter and listen to it. And it was like sort of therapeutic. This album specifically is called Rooms of the House. It's my favorite album by La Dispute. And it definitely is like a winter album because they talk a lot about like snowstorms, Thanksgiving, the holidays, like just a lot about the winter. And so it was a perfect album to drive to in the winter when it's like snowing or just when it's like cold and sad. And so I remember we were listening to it a little bit and talking about it this past December, and I was like, I should be listening to this. It's the time of year to listen to La Dispute. And I was like, when I get back to Chicago, I'm gonna listen to this album more. And I haven't, I forgot all about it. And this just reminded me that I should listen to this because I love this album. I went through a big La Dispute phase, a big just like talking, like, I don't know if it's like poetic speaking, you know, lyrics phase. I think maybe like 2017, 2018 is when we were really listening to this. But I love La Dispute. You guys know I've seen them live. I saw them back in 2019. And they're great, and this album is just fantastic. So this is a good reminder. See, I needed new music. This isn't new, but this is just rediscovering one of my old favorite albums, and that's good for me. Oh my god. You already been. I'll go 200 letters I will never send. I had a big Maroon 5 phase, y'all. This is Misery by Maroon 5. Man, I loved Maroon 5. There's probably a lot of Maroon 5 on here, a lot of their old stuff. And you know, that shit went down with what, Adam Levine, how he's just like a cheater or something. I don't know. All that crap went down, I feel like, the end of last year. But their music is still a bop. And this was a great album, hands all over. This was very like middle school for me, I think. This reminds me of like late middle school, maybe early high school, like 8th grade. You know, I was really into Maroon 5. I still honestly love them. Like, this would not be a skip. This is something on here, like old Maroon 5 comes on, like I'm gonna bop to it. We made like a party playlist last year, and I think we put some Maroon 5 on it. Like, it's just a crowd pleaser, especially because we all kind of grew up with them. So we'd still bop to this, 100%. Ooh. I don't actually know this one very well. This is Bury Your Bones by Capstan. I do like Capstan. I don't really listen to them very much. I saw them back in 2019, so it's been a while. I don't really know what they're doing now, to be honest. I don't even know. This looks like it's from their album Haunted. I don't even know like what else is on this album. This is not the album that I know a lot of by them. But I think I probably just added this because I saw them live and I was trying to learn a lot of the songs, so I probably added it then. What I do know is I know the album Restless Heart Keep Running. That one that came out in 2019, I learned a lot from that. And this looks like it came out 2018-ish. So yeah, I don't know. I know maybe like 5 to 10 songs by Capstan. My favorite is Will Always Have Paris. They had that at Journeys, and that's actually what got me into Capstan. And then I have some friends that really love Capstan, so we went and saw them. And I should listen to them more. Because, I mean, I think I like what I heard, so I added it. I just never kept listening. So maybe I should go back and listen to some Capstan. Oh my god, this is a little bit cringe. This is a Ghost in the Machine. Oh god. It's not bad, it's just, this is Ghost in the Machine by Our Last Night. I think that Our Last Night is like, sort of been canceled and a little bit cringy now. Honestly, they were cringy when I saw them. I think I saw them when they opened up for State Champs in like 2019 maybe. I don't know if I've seen them other than that. Are they the one that like did covers? Are they the cover band? But they also have, am I confusing them with someone else? I thought they did covers and stuff. I don't know. I mean, they're good, they're okay. I guess I have some of their songs on here. I don't even know this song. I mean, maybe I do if I kept listening to it, but I think I just added this after I saw them. I added a bunch of their songs that they played. So it's cool. I wouldn't skip it necessarily, but I definitely don't really listen to them much anymore. Ooh. It's the live version. Just think of what you did. How I hope to God it was worthy. This is Lying Is the Most Fun a Girl Can Have Without Taking Her Clothes Off by Panic at the Disco, the live in Chicago version. So what is that from? Like 2008 or something? I don't even know. But this, probably my favorite live album ever. And I know that's like maybe cringy to say now, but you know they were my favorite band for like 5+ years, I don't know. And I used to listen to this live album all the time before I was able to see them. And this was like height of good Panic. This was like Pretty Odd had just come out, Life Was Good, you know, and how much I wish I could have been at that show that this was, you know, filmed at. So I love the live version, live at Congress Theater. Yeah, I don't love a lot of live albums too, I will say, but this one is great. I listen to a lot of the songs from it. I actually have on my Summer Vibes playlist, but this isn't one of them because this was a little bit too upbeat. But yeah, look at that, Congress Theater 2008, Chicago. I mean, it's just iconic. So this is a great live album. If you like old Panic and you haven't listened to this, which you probably have, but if you haven't, it's a great live album. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. We have Come a Little Closer by Cage the Elephant from their big album that everyone knows, I think, Melophobia. I forget that I saw them. I saw them with Spoon and Beck back in, I don't even remember what year that was. I think it might have been 2019 actually, yeah, summer, end of 2019. Yeah, I saw them at an amphitheater in New York, and I didn't really know a ton of songs. I went with Vama and some other friends, and I knew like a few songs by each of the bands. But this actually, I guess like helped me get a little bit more into Cage the Elephant, so I guess I added this. I don't really remember adding it. I don't really remember how many of the songs I learned by them, but I guess I added this one, and it's cool. I don't know, I mean, I haven't really given them much of a listen since. If you guys have any other Cage the Elephant recommendations for me, let me know, because I can't really name one of their songs off the top of my head. I'm sure there's like the big one that I know. What's their big one? Oh, like Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. Everyone knows that. And then Cigarette Daydreams, right? But I don't really know any other ones. So I'm kind of surprised this is on here. I don't really remember adding this, but I guess I did. Oh, yes. I'm so sad I wasn't here in December to see them when they came to Chicago. But this is People by the 1975. Man, one of my favorite bands of all time, let's be real. And what album is this from? This is from, oh, it's just a single, I guess. Okay, never mind. This is a single that came out in 2019, but I think that this ended up on an album, right? Or was this just always a single? I don't remember, but this is the single version that came up. Man, I forgot about this song. Wake up, wake up. I think they played this live. I saw them in 2019, and I wonder if they played it live. But man, they're so great. I really want to see them again. They always do so well when they come here, you know, like they always get such a great crowd. So I'm sure that they will come back, and I've got to make sure I see them, because it was really sad missing them in December when I wasn't here. But they're so great. I will say I still have to listen to most of the album that came out last year by them. I've only listened to like half of it, but I've liked what I've heard, so. All right guys, we're gonna do a few more so this video isn't 10 years long, and if you like this again, maybe I'll do a part 3, because there's so many songs on this playlist. Oh, wow, I haven't thought about this in a while either. I mean, the canceled band, but this is 1996, Demo 2006 by Brand New from their little like leaked demos album EP thing. I know a few songs on here, I would say. I just haven't thought about Brand New in a while. I don't really listen to them anymore. I mean, I know they're canceled, and I probably shouldn't even have this on here, but like I said, I don't really tend to go back and delete stuff on here if I liked it at one point in time, because I like seeing the progression. And yeah, I listened to Brand New for a little bit. What, like, I don't know, like a little bit in high school, like end of high school maybe, like 2017, 2018, 2019, and then I stopped. I don't know. I mean, whenever they got canceled, I was just kind of like, I'm not really into them much anyways. Though I do still want some of their albums on vinyl. I think it'd be really fun to have The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me on vinyl. I think Vama has it. I'm jealous. I want it because it is a great album. So yeah, that's why they're on here. Oh, great, 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 great song. Underrated album still. Amazing. So this is A Certain Romance by Arctic Monkeys, if you didn't know. This is from Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, right? Is that the name of the album? It's a great album. It's the one where he's smoking on it. Yeah, it's great. I mean, everyone talks about AM, and you know what? I get it. I was a big AM stan. I think it's the only Arctic Monkeys record I have on vinyl, unfortunately, but like I want all of the old ones because this one is so good. This one, Suck It and See. There's so many great ones. So I think I have like most of their old discography on here. I don't know if I have like their newer stuff on here, but yeah, I really, really like all the old Arctic Monkeys albums. Kind of just like indie classics. I don't know, do you call them indie? I don't really know what genre they are, honestly, but they're so great, and I love their old stuff. All right, guys, I think this is gonna be the last song, so let's see what we are ending with today. Oh my God, it's like they knew. It's like Spotify knew. Wow, gotta end on my boys, you know? I would go way too hard to this song.
What's the goddamn use? Everything like concrete shoes.
Oh my gosh, this is Green Eyes Polarized by Knuckle Puck from their album 2020. We all love it, we know it. So good. It's obviously my favorite band, my boys. You know, I obviously added this the day it came out in 2020. You guys remember when I reacted to it in September of 2020? That feels like just yesterday. How has it been like over 2 years since that reaction? I don't know. But great, great song. I need to like listen to this album more because I really enjoyed it. I have it on vinyl and sometimes I forget about it weirdly. I think because I've been in so much of the listening to Disposable Life in 2022 because it came out, you know, as know, it was one of my faves of the year. It was on my like favorite kind of EPs of the year, you know. I mentioned at the end of my last video and I was just listening to it a lot last year, and so I sort of just like stopped listening to 2020 as much. But there are so many bops on this album, like Green Eyes Polarized, underrated song. But then you got like Sidechain, RSVP, Breathe. Like, I feel like people aren't talking about this album much anymore, even though it's still like their latest full length, but it is great. And also, by the way, guys, on Instagram yesterday, I saw that they are working on LP4. And I don't know, maybe end of this year, end of 2023, maybe early 2024, you know, new Knuckle Puck album, that would be beautiful. But yeah, this is a great note to end on because it's actually one of my favorites from the album, I think. I don't know if I did a review to this album, but yeah, this is one of my favorites and also I feel like one of the underrated songs on the album. Green Eyes Polarized. Check it out, give them some love, they're great. Well, there you guys go. That was me shuffling some songs from my music library, part 2. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed filming this the first time, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to film it again, because it is really fun. It definitely got me re-inspired to listen to some old music again, and like check out more of Caps, Stan, and like bands on here that I have these songs that I don't even like know them very well, you know? So maybe I should just shuffle it more or just go and listen to those bands more. Definitely gonna be listening to some Rooms of the House because it's that time, it's cold, it's sad, and I'm ready to be emo with some La Dispute. It's beautiful, it's a great album. If you're looking for any spoken word, please check out that album, fantastic. But other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And please leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys want a part 3 for this in the future, because you know that this list is always growing and we haven't had anything come up twice yet, I don't think. So it's always fun to hear like just the backstories of these songs and show you guys some cringy stuff that's on there. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Spotify as well, you can. Link is down below. But other than that, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.